AI Today in 5 for Thursday, April 23rd, 2026. In this podcast, we're going to look at 5 short stories curated by me, Tom Fox, about AI, compliance, risk management, and the greater business world. We'll give you a short 5-minute daily set of stories that you can use to think about how you can use AI in your compliance program going forward. This is one of the most interesting innovations that I have come across in all of my time in compliance. I've written a book, Upping Your Game, about the use of AI and how it will transform compliance, literally starting now and certainly by 2030. The AI Maga Influencer Edition. If you've ever wondered of the sophistication of the MAGA hat wearers, well, this story certainly goes to it as the top MAGA influencer, a big-breasted blonde, has turned out to be a AI creation created by a guy in India who created it all. So, MAGA influencer, welcome to AI and welcome to all those who fell for this prank. Next up, the first of 2 stories from FinTech Global. How agentic AI is reshaping bank compliance. Despite years of investment in digital transformation of AI, many banks still continue to operate with fragmented manual workflows that are difficult to scale. Compliance programs in particular have tended to be episodic and reactive rather than embedded and continuous. This is where Symphony AI has come in with senior leaders to help draw out the promise of greater autonomy. But there must be explainability, auditability, and maintain regulatory confidence. Our second story from FinTech Global is on the Financial Conduct Authority, that's the FCA, the British regulator, and their Compliance First AI. If you have this, Napier believes that you will meet the FCA's AML standards. It has outlined how financial institutions can confidently adopt artificial intelligence in AML operations while remaining compliant under FCA supervision. It's explainability and auditability. That seems to be a big theme core of a lot of the stories that we talk about here on AI Today at 5, so you might want to keep those terms handy. Next up from CRN, Enable's David Weeks talks about monetizing AI and compliance as a service. What's interesting, he says, is that compliance naturally feeds the rest of the business. When you start doing compliance assessment, you uncover gaps. These gaps turn into requirements, and those requirements turn into need solutions. So you can actually drive revenue back into your MSP. So how do you do this, and how can you bring AI and compliance as a service? This is a really interesting article, and if you're developing any tools along these lines, I would urge you to check it out. And our final story comes to us from Forbes, which reports that using AI to personalize healthcare without losing patient trust. More than 14,000 people were in Las Vegas for the Adobe Summit. Obviously, they were focused on AI, but AI in healthcare is one of the leading areas of exploration, and indeed people who were interested in these topics. The industry has been slower to adopt technology because of regulation, siloed system, and legacy technologies, which have made companies more conservative about their digital transformation. But one way healthcare systems can overcome that inertia is to see regulation as being aligned to serve patients. The intent behind the regulation is to protect the consumer, and once you accept that, you can use it as a springboard, citing Blue Shield's implementation of price transparency before it became a regulatory mandate. So you can use these strategies to see how you can springboard and bring forward your AI and healthcare program going forward. They're relatively short at about 5 minutes or so per podcast, so you get a great news wrap-up. They post at midnight a.m. on each Friday, so you can start your day with focused AI news in healthcare and in financial services. Also, please check out my book, Upping Your Game, which talks about the use of AI in compliance. And finally, please check out my latest book, which was really a passion project, which is called The Game's Afoot: What Sherlock Holmes Teaches About Risk, Ethics, Investigations, and even AI in 2026. Both of those books are available on Amazon.com, and we've linked to them in the show notes. Thanks so much for listening. We look forward to visiting with you again.